Driving a car is something that millions of people do every day. Many people discuss the harm that these emissions from our cars cause in our world. But there's another component that is often not discussed: the lead wheel weights that sit on the tires of our cars for balance. Another component to this problem is the lead sinkers that are often used for fishing and lead ammunition used for hunting. The use of lead in these products can cause threats to our environment and can cause serious health problems. This reason is why I would like you to consider steel as an alternative to lead. After researching alongside experts in this field and conducting experiments with these experts, I have made these changes myself, and I feel I have gained the knowledge to inform you about this subject. According to an online journal, the EPA states that 2,000 tons of lead wheel weights fall off of vehicles each year. Also, according to an article on Science Daily News, 4,382 tons of lead sinkers and more than 80,000 tons of lead shot and bullets are purchased each year in the United States. When using products with lead, the impact that this substance has on the environment and how it affects our health is often never brought into consideration. According to the New York Department of Environmental Conservation, there is approximately 4.5 ounces of lead clipped to the wheel rims of vehicles in the United States. These wheel weights come loose for many reasons and fall off into the streets. These weights then either end up in the landfill or can be broken up into small pieces, which can then infiltrate water sources. When lead sinkers are used for fishing purposes, they often come off into the body of water that they are being used in. This leaves them sitting at the bottom of the water, which causes them to degrade. According to Dr. Michael Wickman, Associate Director of Environmental Health Programs at the University of the Iowa Hygienic Lab, the most common lead compounds that will form in streams and rivers are lead carbonate and lead nitrate. The carbonate comes from mixing lead with soil in the river, which can also be very harmful. The same thing can happen with lead shot and bullets. Once they are used, they are often left in a place where they can either be ingested by animals or can degrade and enter nearby water sources. Each of these objects has the potential to enter groundwater. If this happens, lead poisoning is possible, and that's something that nobody wants to deal with. According to MedLife Plus, an online health database, lead poisoning leads to many different problems in the body. Seizures and comas can be short-term effects in adults. Long-term side effects include a permanent impact on attention and IQ, nerve and muscle functions may decrease, body systems such as the blood vessels and kidneys can be affected, and permanent brain damage can occur. Children and unborn children are the most vulnerable and are harmed the most by lead poisoning. Permanent side effects in children include behavior and attention problems, failure at school, hearing problems, kidney damage, reduced IQ, and slowed body growth. Not only does lead poisoning affect humans, but it affects reptiles and other mammals that have the opportunity to ingest lead. According to the same Science Daily article, lead poisoning causes behavioral, psychosocial, and biochemical effects in animals. Death also occurs in various situations. Aside from directly causing harm when ingested, lead can infiltrate the water supply that plants grow from and contaminate them. Animals who then eat these plants can be harmed. Landfills are also contaminated by lead from wheel weights that fall off of cars and then are transported there. Contamination from the lead can leak through the liners at the bottom of trash pits and end up back into water supply. So this is what water with lead looks like in it, and then this is steel. So, most people know the serious side effects of lead, so why is it still used? There are a few different reasons why lead is still used widely in these products. The largest reason that lead is still used is because of the cost. Lead is cheaper when it is used. Only one thing that would help would be to mix different metals together so that it isn't solely lead, but that also brings down the value of the weights if someone was to later sell their car. So in the essence of saving money, customers choose to use lead over steel. Lead is also used over steel by manufacturers because it is a more pliable substance than steel. Lead is soft, which makes it very workable and easy to conform to different sizes of wheels and different types of wheels. It also makes it easier to shape into sinkers and change the weight of sinkers in minute intervals. It also makes shaping bullets and shots easier as they range in many sizes and weights. Steel is harder to work with, harder to shape, and involves more time and labor. More time and labor would require companies to pay workers more. Despite the reasons why lead is still used, there is a safer and more environmentally friendly alternative that can be used. So going back to this, like these are wheel weights. Oof. And these are sinkers, and like you can tell that it takes a lot of work to make them. Steel is a good alternative to lead for many reasons. Steel is the cheapest metal used for wheel weights, sinkers, and ammunition besides lead. But if these products were mass-produced, then the cost would come down to the point where there was hardly any difference at all. Steel is also a more environmentally friendly alternative and would take away the health hazards that are associated. Steel doesn't break down in water or in landfills like lead would. To help ensure this, steel products are coated with a sealant that would help prevent them from degrading. It also helps them from chipping, and it helps to keep their appearance. In the rare chance that it was to break apart, steel is not toxic like lead is and wouldn't cause harm if it was ingested. Steel is a recyclable product. Lead cannot be effectively filtered out from other metals. When lead recycling programs were first established, it was thought that they would work well. But the programs failed because the lead was mixed with other metals, making it not viable for recycling. Steel is the only product that can fully make up weights by themselves. It doesn't have to be mixed with other metals, making it completely recyclable. Steel is also denser than lead, and since it is denser, it takes less of it to balance wheels and to make a fishing line sink to the bottom of the river. Being able to use smaller amounts of it also allows for more accuracy when creating all of these objects. The harmful effects of the use of lead are becoming more known throughout the U.S. population. The knowledge of alternatives and the use of them is also becoming more common. With the information I've given you, I hope you will consider changing the products you use. When you have your tires changed or have wheel weights replaced, make sure to ask for steel instead of lead. If you fish or hunt, buy ammunition and fishing products that are made out of steel and not lead. You can find auto shops that provide steel options and game stores that carry lead-free options online. Today I talked about how current habits of lead products affect our environment and the people and animals of our environment. In conclusion, I hope that the information I shared with you will encourage you to take an active stance against the problems that lead causes in our society, and I hope that you will take action in your own life and help those close to you change their habits also.